Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest OpenChain UK workgroup meeting. Now, what we're doing today is what we do every day. We bring people to a table, we talk about some developments, we talk about some challenges, and we talk about some solutions. This simple method has allowed OpenChain to become the international standard for open source license compliance. We used it to edit the standard, we used it to build the reference material, and now we're using it to power global adoption. With around one meeting every 3 months in the UK, it's enough to keep you up to date, and it's enough to work on critical items together. But just in case you missed some of the latest news, here's a recap. Since OpenChain was granted ISO status in the end of last year, in December, we've had a whole burst of conformance announcements. So companies like LG Electronics, Toyota, Microsoft, Hitachi have announced their conformance to the ISO standard, and that's fantastic. But just as exciting, beside this, we've had plenty of community-based activity as well. We've just, for example, in the last 2 weeks, have workgroup meetings held in places like Taiwan, Japan, Korea, where people have shared notes and shared documents and shared help. This means that OpenChain is far more than individual companies declaring conformance. It's a community to make the whole supply chain more effective, more efficient, and ultimately more trustable. Apart from the conformance announcements and some of the meetings, other stuff has been happening. OpenChain is just about to release 2 key things. One, an online version of our reference training, allowing anyone to go to edX and get themselves educated completely for free. 2, we're going to have a supplier education pack broadly available very shortly. And this is designed so that it's a one-email solution. You send an email to your suppliers containing a couple of documents. It's everything they need to understand open source, to understand OpenChain, to understand how to conform, and to understand how to begin training their personnel in this domain. So yeah, lots of good stuff. But there's a lot more to do. As OpenChain flows through the procurement cycle, and more companies either mandate it or market as a preferred status for suppliers, there's going to be a lot of new people coming to our tables. We're scaling from hundreds of companies to thousands of companies. Meetings like this are key to ensuring that everyone has a comfortable ride. I hope you will not hesitate to ask questions. I hope you will not hesitate to contribute knowledge. I have a suggestion for the future of this year. As we bring new people in, how about we carve out a newbie session at the beginning of each meeting to give people some onboarding? And how about we do case studies more to help people understand what other companies went through or are going through to inspire them? These suggestions come from our other work groups in places like Japan and Korea, as they've experimented and they've found what's useful. Long story short, there's plenty that you can do to help this community and that you can get from this community in the months ahead. I'm excited to be part of that with you, and I'm delighted that we have the workgroup meeting here today with Andrew and his team, Sammy and everyone else in the UK. If you're new, make friends, or to be more accurate, we're already your friends, get to know us. If you're not new, thanks for coming back, and thanks for helping to push this forward. Enjoy the meeting, everyone.